assume everything is working as intended. Like the Twitter notifications were freezing, but it seems they might have gone through. Anyways, hello everyone. It is time to return once again to Change Stars Records of Miqto. I don't know why my voice cut out when I said that. Miqto. Anyways, that's the dating stood still for all the youngins. I just dated myself there, but it's fine. This is another wonderful sci-fi adventure that has nothing to do with Keanu Reeves or the guy who played Claude 2. Anyways, Alien. I'm gonna not get off track, and we'll just focus on getting this game started because that's what you're here for. You're here to watch records of Miqto, and we're going to get started. So, I am happy to bring us over to the rest of the cast and get our introduction started because there's not really much to talk about besides our one sponsor, Grinding Coffee Co., for all of your grinding coffee needs. If you stay tuned in chat, the link for their website will be there along with our affiliate code that will get you a discount on your purchases. So check them out. They have wonderful coffee. And we love them, and they love us. So, with that being said, let's jump in and say hi to everyone. Okie dokie. Hello, everyone. I hope we are ready to get started. As Dougler dropped, there is also the backer Kickstarter for Change Stars as well. So, feel free to check it out and support them. I will just make it easy and jump right into introductions and character introductions. I am Rindis, Aaron, or whatever you want to call me. I will be playing Rindis LaRucio, the scientist character. She is a xenobiologist, and she is having the time of her life meeting a brand new species. Popcorn Dougler.
Hi everyone, I am Dougler93, and I am playing Violet Thule, who is a Thren pilot who's really trying not to sell her mech, but they think the price keeps going up. Popcorn Captarian.
Alrighty, hello, I'm Captain Carrion, also known as John, that guy who kibitzes in the chat on many channels. Today I will be playing Douglas Dog Crowley, our resident security specialist, widower, and quite possibly the one of the fulcrums of the upcoming encounter with slavers. And on to our lovely game master, Shay. How are you doing, Shay?
Hello everybody, I'm Shay, or Shade Fae here on Twitch, and apparently Blue Sky now. I am the Game Master, as mentioned, or Dreamweaver, or whatever you want to call me. I will be running this game of Change Stars, the record of Miqto. And before diving in, it's been a couple weeks because we had to get some stuff in order before continuing. But I would like to ask my players, besides potential slavers, what else do you all remember from our previous sessions?
Oh boy, let's see. I believe the quote was, "It's not just my hair that's screaming" from the dock. Then there's we have established the general pattern of communication with the locals, and Dog has also established that they are in fact sufficiently a degree of curiosity to the locals that he needs to set a little perimeter alarm.
Very true.
They
I've never
really
seen
interested
you.
in my mech. Oh, sorry.
They've never seen a bipedal claw monster that size before, or maybe they have. You haven't encountered anything else yet on this planet.
I've also never seen anyone walk out of a bipedal claw monster's mouth with no harm.
That was unique, yes.
Just kept on offering to buy her more things for the mechs. Like, no, I can't do it. No. Apparently meant more. Give me more. I did trade a knife for one of their knives. And they did get to show off some of the mech's movements, so hopefully be less strange and frightening.
Yeah, and some of the more intuitive ones that are at least brave enough to approach and don't get shooed away by your crew might run up and poke it, realize it's not actually alive, and then unsure of how it works. It has to be alive, it moves on its own.
It's a giant shell that Buyer moves.
On that note, yes, you all have been getting to know the locals for the past couple days. Dr. Rendis has learned a fair deal about them already. Communication is starting to get better. There is a combination of both vocal and bioluminescent that conveys meaning, able to determine that the brighter reds are more affirmative or aggressive, while the softer hues of the blues are for negatives or less aggression, and whatever series of patterns thereof. But as you all were sitting here communicating, one of the apparent guards or warriors of this village, dressed in their primitive armor, came in and spoke softly enough for Rendis, who was communicating with a seeming elder of this village, to pick up a few words that were a few words or meanings that they were able to translate, which was I don't remember all of them. It was like trouble, child, and something else. It's been a couple weeks. All that being said, I feel like as the camera kind of opens in the scene here, there is a little bit of there's definitely a clamor going on outside the building that you all are in, and the local that you are communicating with, Rendis, is beginning to is getting to her feet and is asking questions, and you see the conversation go back and forth a bit. But you, I believe, had indicated that you wanted to follow along. Is that
Mhm. Given that I believe two of the operating words were child takers, when we were told about that, Dog definitely said, "Yeah, that's the kind of thing he'd interfere with."
Yeah, that's fair enough.
I believe we also used the words extreme prejudice
Uh huh.
when it came to dealing with them. So,
All right.
There's no stairs, but we'll make do.
So after communicating that you wanted to follow or assist or interfere or do whatever, excuse me, there's enough understanding between you and the soldier local that she gave the confirmation, and there's a brief exchange, and she gestures to your group there before this warrior kind of straightens and just gives a non-committal gesture, but grabs a spear she's been holding, and heads outside. And the older one gives a gesture for you to do as you please or to follow them.
Okay, so we could follow, and we bring our pointy bangy death sticks.
And the mech. I don't
Yep,
have much to
and
fight with outside.
And Dog he'd collect his security personnel, and small enough unit, it's something he knows how to command, sort of. He's like, all right, we're going to be dealing with child takers, I believe, with the words. We are interfering in the matter.
So you have, when you step outside, the two you left to guard the walker more or less are standing out there as well. You also see that several of the armed villagers here are surrounding another one of their own who appears to have some injuries on her. Let you step outside.
Gonna rush over to the locker.
But as you're, Douglas, as you're addressing your men, they had a name. Chuck the Synth, their robot visage turns to you and they say, are all units following, or are you taking a smaller group?
Dog thinks for a minute.
If I may, I know this is a security subject, but maybe we should leave some behind in case this is a tactic that is used to pull guards away.
Yeah, I was thinking.
Culture. We don't know if this is common or not.
I was thinking something similar, especially when it comes to raiding forces. It's not uncommon to have one unit that's to draw the majority of the fighting forces out, while another flanks around. So I want you two to be performing a rear guard action, ensuring that anyone who would be hostile to the locals that comes while we join them in engaging are prevented from causing harm. Use of deadly force is, of course, authorized in this matter. I believe that should cover everything. While we are not in a position to be interrogating prisoners, the locals may be. So, as best as you can on that matter, follow their lead.
Chuck gives an affirmative, and your other soldier there nods as well and says, "Aye, Commander."
Understood.
So
And Dog would get on the long-range radio, and as he's been doing, given his regular report. So here's our situation, Captain.
Yara, or Buyer, as the machine starts to move again, the few that have been hovering around just kind of jump back, but follow curiously. Dr. Rendis, you see a couple of other villagers here step out to assist in bringing one of their wounded own off to the side. It looks like there was some discussion between them and some of these warriors too, but a group of them seems to be preparing to head off on their own. But they look back in your direction as you are also preparing, and they head off in a direction where there are some more of those antlered creatures, and it looks like they're attempting to mount up.
This is a bit awkward. I am not really a medical professional. Kind of glancing over at the injured individual that was brought over. I can certainly do what I can. I have some basic field triage, but as I said, I am not this kind of doctor. I'm really not. I don't have any medical stuff.
Which is fine. You don't need to. They seem to be escorting her inside.
Oh, okay. It sounded like they were bringing her to me, and it's like, I'm not that kind of doctor.
No, they don't know what you can do.
Okay, I mean, I can. I have franks in medicine. I could rub some dirt in this if you really want me to.
That is completely your decision, but they're taking her inside somewhere.
I feel like I should help? Question mark. I feel like I should help? Question mark.
Let's see. I'm just looking through the supplies of some. I mean, other than adrenaline, that's Dog's not carrying any medical supplies.
I have drop, so yay, starting equipment. I will go take a look and see what I can do to help, because I'm going to be more helpful in this instance than I will be in any combat situation, because I don't have a gun.
Don't you have like the trank guns still from the?
I probably still have. Yes, I have the trank gun. I never wrote down the stats for it, but I do recall getting that trank gun, so I can dart a motherfucker for sure.
Yeah, we aren't ready to trust you with lethal firearms yet.
Rendis did not trust Rendis with a lethal weapon. I do recall a playtest where I accidentally did shoot somebody because she's not trained to use firearms. So it's entirely valid. Don't trust her with a weapon.
No, once dog is he's at this point there's enough of this going on that it's just going to be like, well, we're going to be taking you down to the range when we get back to the ship.
Yeah, probably.
I will say, Forendus, at least, whether or not you do decide to stay and give medical treatment or leave with the rest of them, there it would be an opportunity to learn a little bit more about their physiology.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna definitely do that. Let's take a look. It's probably in a book. Medical Rainbow. Anyways. Flip my stuff over so that it works. It is a D6 because there's a 1. I scream loudly at her injuries. I know that's not actually what that means, but it's still funny.
Yeah.
Scream the wounds away.
Yeah.
Dropped something. Oh no, we sewed up the patient with something inside them. What is it? What is it? We don't know.
We're not sure. Listen, if 4th edition taught me anything, the Warlord Healer basically did heal by screaming at your companions, so...
Oh god.
So
Yeah.
all right. So you follow up to this injured individual. She's still conscious. It looks like and the six is just you lose your side action. You're taking your time with this, basically.
Damn, I dropped my keys in there.
Yeah. The wounds she has are bruising, and there are a few deeper cuts and scratch marks. Like it looks like claws have been dragged across her skin. Her sail is torn in several places. It looks intentional. But judging by the amount of injuries she has, it looks like she was allowed to leave, probably to bring a message.
Oh, so they mutilated her purposely.
Yeah. None of the wounds are lethal. You are able to give some basic triage. That is probably better than anything they have. And it looks like the one that stepped out to help assist had brought some what looks like herbal remedies and bandages and stuff. Thinking back, you do remember or I guess observing them and being able to study the anatomy of these aliens a bit more closely. You aren't entirely sure yet, but you might hazard a guess based on your roll that the sails are made of a similar material that or the spines in the sails that keep it upright anyway, would be made of a similar material that their claws are made out of. So it may heal as well. But it looks like she was in a fight. And then given extra injuries afterward. And then released.
Well, as It is quite cruel of them, but it seems she will recover at the very least.
She does. She does. She is throughout this time. She is talking to the older one, giving her what you're picking up, giving her pretty much the same rundown she gave the warriors who were around her. There we go. But you pick up much the same thing, a few words here and there. You gather that there was a skirmish somewhere, not too terribly far.
It should not be long. I hope you are ready to get into an engagement. It seems a big business.
I'm ready.
I'm ready too.
Alrighty. You also notice that the other warriors have, the armor-clad ones have climbed onto. Have we named these guys yet?
Did
Maybe? Yes.
Don't think we did.
we found animals. It's horse-like animals with longer necks. Oh no! Yeah, no. have it.
Well, yeah. If you were to ask them, the Rendus, the translation would be something along the lines of like
Along the lines of
glitter horned elk or sparkle horse or something like that, with the way that their antlers kind of have that
Fuck
that
yeah,
sparkle
glitter
to them.
horse. Let's go, Sparkle Horse.
Sparkle horse. Okay, it's a sparkle horse now. All right, give me just a sec to move you all over. All right. So, it's about an hour walk, or it would be an hour walk, but everybody is moving quickly. You see the armored locals are clinging to the fabric designed to take their claws on the backs of on the weird saddles of these sparkle horses as they are making their way across these plains, with the rest of you following in tow. It's not long before they come to a stream similar, but definitely different than the one you had crossed before, where the others start to slow down, probably about the area of where this occurred. And one of them, as her sail stretches out, shimmers a blue, and she drops to a lower whisper, and the rest of them slow down too, and they start to dismount.
Rindis is going to be hanging back, and we'll probably let Dog and BR handle this one, since they are much more capable than she is in this sort of situation.
Yeah, it is Dog's specialty is point at target, hold down trigger, make thing die. But hold on, I'm having a little trouble getting with the virtual tabletop at the moment. And okay, looks like we have. All right, we've got a nice thin spot. God. Dog is having to remember that he's dealing with people who, that there's not an abundance of automatic weapons. So, hold on, are you guys able to hear me clearly?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I just had to double check because, I'm sorry, I'm not thinking the clearest today. I'm tired. So he's going to begin moving up. I think that looks an awful lot like something that isn't dead yet.
As you move up to the stream, you see that there are there is a small circle of trees that look like they've been hewn a bit. You see a few of the same needle flowers, the danger needles, that you had come across before, some of which look like they're stamped. And from your view, it looks like there are some figures hanging by those hewn trees. You notice a couple of the warriors moving up, and they've started moving a bit more cautiously now. They've gone quiet for the most part, but their sails do flicker. The one right here has begun clawing her way around the tree and is just searching. A little further up, another pair. Rindis, you're able to see part of it, but it looks like another one of those sparkle horses that has been killed and harvested. But the two here don't like the smell. They just get that back up.
Yeah, not a fan of that either.
Doug will
Sorry.
he's actually going to move up toward the whatever this little, is that a structure? Is that a tree cart?
It looks like a cart of some sort. If you'd like, you can give me scrutiny.
Scrutiny. All right, time to scroot it.
That's
Not
right.
dog strong suit, or you could say strong scroot.
Shaha.
But yeah, no.
It looks like a cart,
It's a cart.
a damaged one.
Nobody in the cart.
Nope.
There goes his concern with the matter.
You do get a better look at the creature over here. It's very much. It very much looks like it's been hacked up and mutilated. Probably eaten.
So, hacked up, mutilated, probably eaten rather than neatly taken apart like you do when you're butchering something. Okay.
With your screw, yes.
Yeah, okay. With the, with my screw, rather lack thereof.
Yes.
But Fiddly, let's be honest, dog, he's always had ration packs, you know? He's never had to worry about the, taking critter apart himself. It's not his job. And that's the job of whoever it is that packs the rations. And let's be honest, that the odds of you actually seeing something that requires that kind of land area and military ration,
as you're looking that over, you notice two of these warriors. They kind of slink forward and dip underwater and paddle their way across the stream before emerging on the other side, still moving cautiously, but they're moving towards the circle of hewn logs.
this, dog's he's going to continue his advance up, just kind of moving carefully, checking his corners, sort of sticking to, like he's being less religious about sticking to cover than he would be if the other side had guns, but still pretty hefty about it.
Fire's gonna fall behind.
Okay. As you're moving, the ones that are trying to be quiet kind of like glance at the direction of the moving machine and kind of.
I can't tipstone.
Be the stealthiest mech you can.
Yep.
If I move far enough, I'm a distraction.
Apparently, but they move out of sight when you start moving. Brindis, Thomas moves up with you, and it's just like, don't worry, Doc, gotcha.
There's only one person who gets to be stabbing the doctor at the moment, and it's not in a lethal way. Okay, there's many people that get to do that, but that is not the point.
One of many.
There will be no lethal stabbing of the doctor. Non-lethal of the fun variety, maybe plenty of that, but
can help it, no lethal stabbing.
Oh, I should roll and see that. These two that are further up pause before they enter that circle. One begins to circle around. And this one here, similar to what you did before, picks up a stone, tosses it, and you see a purple flower fire a couple needles in that direction. Meanwhile, this one slips up behind it as the flower is twisted and just cuts it. And then they go up to the figures hanging on the logs. And the rest of them start moving forward.
And Dog would try to cross the log over the stream.
Enough. As you're doing that, another one of the warriors here has their spear out, just ready, trying to watch the other ones as they're trying to take down the bodies of their kin before actually I need a couple more rolls here.
Do I need to roll anything?
Yeah, go ahead and give me whatever observation is.
Whatever observation I've got. Alright, so we're going to attempt to screw it again.
Yes.
I'm just gonna have to sink like all the experience points I get into scrutiny with how these games go.
I figure it's just scrutiny. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's it's just scrutiny. No, but I do have to roll a d6.
Yes, you do.
Oh dear.
4.
Don't think that's
you lose some movement, so you stumble a bit on your way across the log. You don't notice anything, but there is. No, actually, there isn't, because none of them notice either. There is the briefest whistle of something before what looks like a spinning it looks like a sling or a bola flying through the air at this one here. But she gets hit before she has time to let out an alarm. And then there are suddenly a bunch of war cries as more of these same creatures come running out from bushes and trees, all brandishing different weapons, similar-ish armor but different color. And I tried to make the borders a different color, but it's really actually hard to see, so I'm just gonna give them more apparent.
Alright, initiative time?
Initiative time.
I'm here to help. Motivate you.
Okay. Dogs roll.
16.
Not fabulous.
Hey, right there with you. We'll be fine. It'll be fine. Send the big robot in first and then covering fire.
this in the bag, like,
I mean,
bag
as
as a
soon as
bear.
Dog gets his turn, he's just gonna basically be able to rock and roll, but...
I'm just gonna give them group initiative. Just to make it easier on me right now. Hey, Meyer, you're up first. You hear the shout of several words in a language you do not know, and you see flashes of bright red across the stream here.
Well, I'm gonna try to run over. But I think about 4 meters range. Let's think it's CCU. Three. Is that like a side action for dashing or something?
So the Thren can dash as a side action. I don't think the CCUs can, but you can use an action to dash in the CCU.
Sure, that was on movement, right?
Yeah. Douglas, the CCU starts waving across, moving quickly with his claws. Several of these charging ones look confused, maybe a little intimidated, uncertain.
My claws are spitting.
Definitely look uncertain now.
Yep. They'll certainly be incredibly uncertain as soon as we reach the bottom of the initiative order, and we get,
Oh yeah.
and the bangs and the boomstick comes into play.
The warriors that you came with begin to act. This one tries to claw her way free. Let's see if she does. Yep, she does. So initially wrapped up as she does, she spends her time drawing a knife and then just cuts her way through some of it before she's able to wiggle free. But that pretty much takes her time. These ones, having not noticed, just have time to brandish their weapons and move forward. I'm going to move them past the gate. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2. No, actually, she takes cover by her friend, and she backs up too. They dash and they prepare for a fight. As these ones charge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're gonna stop there. 2, 3, 6, 6. 6. Ready for 6? All right. I'm just gonna do this all.
That was an overall unimpressive amount of spearing. Okay, first spear was... Okay, that's just a lot of spears. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So the first one that moves forward and goes to attack her looks a little put off by the weird machine creature, with spinny claws. These two just drop into a defensive stance, seeing that thing, and the other three begin stabbing at this one. It looks like she might be in trouble, but that's fine. Because she has armor too. I do this. So, 1, 3. Dr. Indus and Douglas.
I will stay over here by the cart and turn.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
Okay.
There are some more war cries that you hear from the small cliffside down below, and there are a couple climbing their way up. And as that happens,
Yep, and Dog is going to give them something to think about, and the ones that are basically starting with the ones that are, well, if I could get the thing, he's going to aim, and then we're going to rock and roll. If I recall correctly, aiming, what was the modifier that aiming gave? I can't get the backer preview to load.
Let me check. Where is aiming under?
That's a good question because we are that far. Like, I know there's a thing for taking aim because I was looking at picking up a talent related to it before over the weekend, but I wound up not.
I know it gave you like bonuses and like. Let me see. Attributes, utility rolls.
It's probably in the combat section somewhere. Because currently I don't even have the full introduction page loaded.
Oh, here we go. Combat actions. Yeah, +2 to the character's next range attack. Against
+2. And this is, of course, a full auto, which I think inflicts a minus. No, it doesn't because of my one of my other brain. Stop. Sorry, I'm having trouble with the computer because it's a dinky little piece of shit.
Chromebook, gotcha.
Basically, but different brand. Okay. So it just... Alright, so we are now going to rock and roll. Oh boy! And I get to, oh, I forgot to specify that was on the weapon. That is the pulse rifle. So what? So it is automatic fire. I'm basically just going to walk the shots along the It's not letting me let go of my character sheet so that I can actually see the screen. Okay, there we go. Basically, he's walking the shots along from the batten in the back, up forward through the battens.
To screen left.
Yeah. From screen right. We're just gonna say screen right to screen left because that's the best I can. Yeah. And I forgot to add I forgot to roll one of the additional d6s that goes with the gun itself. Okay, that didn't add any successes. But as I recall, full auto lets me spread
So the whole mess is AP5, which I think just eliminates their armor entirely. And full auto lets me spread damage twists among multiple enemies. So most of the damage twists on basically, so the full base damage on that one, and then and then the full, and then that would be another 4 damage on the one next to that. Or actually, no, these were, we'll say walked the shots in that fashion. And this is their first time hearing the bang bang death sticks.
Yeah, and while the combat oriented of this species definitely recognized you holding that thing before, had no idea that it spat fire.
Had no idea that it spat fire and death. So
as there's the loud crack of these gunshots that you just kind of spray into these that are running up. The one that just fought her way out of the net kind of like glances in your direction, observing that there is a spray of blood from these ones. Still alive. They just got riddled, but they are looking very, very hurt. And Thomas is also going to fire on these ones that are climbing up the cliff there.
The ones that are busy climbing up are probably going to reevaluate their life decisions.
Well, they weren't expecting that.
They weren't expecting bang.
Wow, really? Okay.
Did he miss?
No, he hit him, just didn't do a lot.
Okay. I mean, he's not exactly the total character build around one trick.
Yeah, I mean he's more of a up close and personal anyway. But I was expecting a little more.
I mean, he got purely average for his stat and bangity bangity.
Yeah. All right. Well, he hits one of them and grazes them. But she looks in that direction and sees him and you, Dr. Indus. But it's loud and it's weird and you just shot fire at her. All right, top of the order. Yar, what you doing?
Should I help our new friends, Doc, or old friends?
Kill them all.
In this case, the new ones?
Okay.
Wait, oh no, sorry, John's having a moment.
Good,
And I'm just
these guys,
the ones that are currently engaged with our friends.
These guys here.
If I could get the freaking
On the right side of the
good
screen.
news, by the time we play again, I'll have a better computer.
Right. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'm gonna wait here. So when I get to them, I can actually just whack them. Wait 1 sec. I have 6. I have 6, not 4 with CCU.
Sorry?
So I have 6 meters movement, not 4 meters movement with the CCU.
Okay.
I will take
Oh
that.
shoot, I forgot that the full auto rule also suppresses things. I'll find out what that does while we figure things out.
And hopefully, me being close enough, I'll pull some of them over here.
Okie dokie. The ones fighting are going to move up and help their comrades. They can all actually attack this turn. This one. So there's a sudden clanging of metal as they are quickly engaged. You see 3 of them raising like small crested shields of some sort, and parrying their own weapons away. One that had been shot is not quite fast enough, is still in a bit of shock as a third pulls out a dagger and stabs her, killing one of the aggressors. The others also start stabbing, and this one was going to engage, but not. They're going to back up and throw another sling. Which is going to be... All right. Some of them start having their blood spilt. But so far, it's just small exchanges. The blades of their weapons aren't quite making anything deadly. However, Dr. Rindis, these ones back here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Start getting closer.
Oh shit, an ambush.
Oh shit, an ambush. Why do I keep closing things?
Isn't it great? I love doing that.
I know.
Hey, God. One of these days, I'm just gonna assemble a little like 1-page quick reference for all the rules I need to remember for dog. Mostly full auto and suppression, but you know.
Yeah. However, Dr. Rindis, you see Thomas stepping in front of you, and he knocks away, or he gets full on stabbed by one of these spears. The armor kind of softening the blow, but he pushes it back, and then the next jab of the spear, he just grabs and pushes aside, and then you see this whack of his that club he carries around come out.
There's so many.
Yeah, but it is your, Doug's, and Thomas's turn.
Okay. I mean, dog's gonna continue with his procedure of rock and roll.
Yep, go ahead.
And he's taking aim and unleashing hell. And I forgot to add the D6 that comes with the weapon again.
Yeah, and I feel like Thomas is gonna push too.
Yeah, I can't push because of the thing, and I have to press the. And now I roll the because I have the thing that lets me do that. I get to roll endurance to not run out of ammo.
You, however, trip and fall as you're firing. You drop to the ground and start firing.
Yeah. But yeah, that's still not out of ammo yet, but that is. We're gonna spread around the suppression a little bit more.
Okay, 3.
And that was at the one that was already wounded by automatic fire.
Yeah, let me see. You did 1, 2.
And the twist is on the one next to it, and they both need to test resolve or be suppressed.
Well, one's dead, so.
Yeah, well. So the dead one doesn't need to. I think it's already suppressed in the most final way possible. Good news, everyone.
What does suppress do now?
I sent it in the Discord. It's when a creature is considered suppressed, they test resolve. On a success, they gain 1 edge. On a failure, it causes a level 1 shock.
Oh.
And they may not expose themselves to any further to the source of danger without testing resolve as a side action. So basically, they want to get away from bangity 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 bangity.
Yep. So you're laying into them. Lyre, you're finally able to reach them.
Let's go there. So,
Splat.
so this one right here, Fire's going to wind up and just smack down.
Go.
Okay, which should I roll for that?
I believe for you, it's operation.
Yay. Operations.
Only a 1d6.
That's a 3.
You also trip and fall.
Can I still push?
Not when you get in. Not when you roll 1 on the edge.
Beans.
There is a clatter though, as your machine kind of dips forward and you have to catch yourself. But she does get smacked.
I'm happy about that.
Yep, I'm just gonna roll for general at this point. The second ones, these guys all start laying in at this point. It's not looking good for the aggressors back here. Douglas, Doctor. It would be trained rifle, I think. Okie dokie.
Yep.
You do. So that makes them subdue. What's that do? I do too.
I can't hear Ren if they're talking.
I am. Hello. I muted myself when I wasn't talking so that it wouldn't be heard. I'm using the. I couldn't find the needle gun, so I'm just using the tranq rifle. So she shot the adversary to the closest to her left on the map to give our good friend some support. And I made a joke about shooting our friend in the ass.
I can't quite find it, but I think that just means you put him to sleep.
I would hope so. I will begin the slow process of trying to get subdue in there.
Yep.
But that's me.
All right, so
I'll back up a little bit too.
at this point, you notice Thomas starts swinging, and he's much better in close combat than he is with a rifle. But he smacks another one down, and then the one you shoot collapses as well, being hit with a tranq. The two here stop, and with their spears out, just begin to back up. The ones up here are going to attempt to flee as well. This one here is just like, nope, fuck it, I'm out, and starts slipping away a little bit too quickly for the others to grab him. These two are having trouble. Everybody gets to make attacks against them if they want.
Can I just kind of grapple? So you don't get to run away?
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Another operations then?
Yes. -2 because you're on the ground.
Two successes and a. Damn it.
Yep. Roll that twist.
5.
5.
Part of me wanted me to drop something, so I grab them, then drop them. Another part of me doesn't want them to drop something.
No, but you let out a string of obscenities. I don't know what that does. I don't know what a lot of these do. You start swearing.
Yep, that's enough.
But you are
here.
yes, you are able to grab one and with the claws around it, she turns back and is going to try to jam the spear into the machine. And she's gonna put. Yeah. And start shouting and swearing in her own language. But you see her sail go bright red as she's jabbing. So, the CCU takes 2 damage.
Okay, so that is gotta do 4 of 6.
Yep, there's a crack in the windshield. The camera cuts back up to the ship as we see Stella kind of working on some of the machines in the bay, and she's like, she's got a really bad feeling for some reason. Alright. So the rest appear to be fleeing.
I want to take the spear out of their hand with the other arm.
Alright, so you're still gonna grapple with this one.
Yep.
You're still on the ground, so another operation, and she's gonna continue to spear that machine.
I am holding on to her. Did that add anything?
You're keeping her from moving, right?
Okay. So still the -2 from the on the ground.
Yes.
You a twist.
She is going to push. Squares again, and her edge goes. If the roll is a tie, who does it go to?
Good idea.
Oh, no, wait, it's not a tie. She got a 4 because she pushed. Never mind. She wiggles free, drops her spear, and starts to run.
How dare she run?
But with the fight over, Douglas, you see the warriors start to give chase before they pause and they turn around. They go back to the ones who are bound up. The fourth one resuming keeping watch. And Dr. Rendis, you have shot one with a trank. And Thomas just kind of knocks one of them over the cliffside that they the one that he can.
I know Spartan kicks.
Right, basically. But he goes back to the one that was tranked and picks up the spear, the knife.
Does it look like the others are okay?
Looks like it. There is some shouting from one of the locals here, and the other two move forward and begin to unbind one. So, what's everyone doing? Also, I think some of you are muted. Or make sure you're not muted when you talk.
I'm not muted. Or at least I
Oh,
hope not.
John?
Captain.
That would
we go.
explain some things. This is going like crap. Can I not be heard? Is something wrong with my microphone? No, just muted. As the one that Bayer was struggling with, right as it broke the grass, dog did shoot with the electroshock gun.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I took the
Um,
-2 penalty for the range and intervening crap.
What does that... What's the... It's just damage?
It's basically just damage, except it doesn't kill them. If they would be, taken out by it, it follows the same subdue rules as were posted earlier under Streambot up at 508.
Alright. That one falls and convulses from the electricity and goes unconscious as well.
Oh, I'm gonna go pick them
Alright.
up then.
And it is going to be time to wrap them thoroughly up in whatever cordage is available.
Alright.
This is not going to be the first time we have. What was it? Shibari's a captive in this campaign.
Yeah. So, as
That's how
you're
you know
doing...
it's effective.
Yeah. As you're doing that, you see two of the warriors here have pulled someone down. Another seems to be tending to the dead. But the two over here are shouting. Dr. Rendis, you pick up the words alive.
Wonderful. We keep some of that way. We can find out some information from them.
Thomas here kind of gives a nod. He's like, "Well, I think they got one over there." And he ends up tying up this one here, or cuffing them, or whatever he has on hand. The others. This one here approaches angrily and reaches down. Fire, you picked one. You picked that one up.
Yep.
This one approaches with the knife drawn, and kind of like is jabbing it angrily in the direction of that one while shouting words you do not understand.
Doc, what's going on? Professor?
Yes, hello. Hi. Still alive over here. Going on. I would say we are victorious. We were ambushed on this side, but we have managed to stay alive. You have captives?
Might not have one for longer. Can you just ask this one to calm down so we question them?
Oh, yes, I will certainly try.
Don't say calm down.
I do not know that word in their language yet, so I will do my best. And over here, right? With Briar?
Yep.
Excuse me. I will attempt to... I really need to have, a flashlight that can change colors.
You can probably set one up.
Could probably set one up. I'm thinking about that in the moment, so that's not helpful. But I will attempt to communicate.
You got Byers' hand act as the blue.
Yeah.
I have to make a terrible joke. Dog's a Marine. He digs into his ration pack and pulls out the crayons.
Hell yeah. But I will.
I'd say I feel bad, but I know too many Marines.
They've got crayons. It's fine. I'm going to attempt to smooth things over. I do not think Charmer will work, but maybe I can charm them into calming down. Or call.
Sure. Yeah.
I will attempt to show them that it is in their best interest to not irritate the one with the boomstick.
The one with the
That's-
boomstick, right?
It's convincing.
Yeah, it's convincing. So with 2 crowns in hand, you're able to gesture using these colors. There's a one very upset warrior that has seen some of her own, or found the bodies of some of her own kin, and wants these ones dead. There is, however, a third of her own alive, but you're able to communicate at least using these colors enough that she kind of gets the gist of what you're trying to say. They're more useful alive, kind of deal. So she does calm down, but not before gathering up the other weapons. But you see her sail kind of flicker from bright red to blue. And as she's walking back, she pauses and glances towards Dog, looking particularly at the staff that shoots flames. Very loud.
The fiery boom death stick.
The fire stick, yeah. But then begins walking back to help collect the dead.
As they are compliant for now, if you are going to do anything with the prisoner, it's probably best.
Yeah. So
Yeah, Dog's gonna stay with any of the prisoners that we've captured. Because at this point, he's the one carrying the fully automatic scary boomstick. And oh boy, we're going to have to come up with terms on the sale of these things, because what do you bet? They're gonna want some after this.
Oh, yeah.
Those times you wish. Yeah, we're gonna have to check with Trinity Law on this matter.
We'll just not be able to keep this for long.
Yeah, we do not need to end up creating another geopolitical quagmire by the introduction of automatic weapons into a populace that has not yet quite figured out muzzle loaders.
So, what exactly are we doing with these two?
I believe we are taking them back to the village. I guess with
Maybe
these,
good.
they have their own intentions for prisoners of war.
Trial, interrogation, what have you. Technically speaking, we're attachés rather than the ones directly acting. So, I do not believe they are bound under Trinity combat prisoner law.
No, which is why I defer to the village they attacked to dish out justice.
Judging by their demeanor, he points to the warriors that are still there. The one who at least seems to have been leading them, still glancing over towards Dog. Every now and then, and the fact that they sent one back that was a bit that they mutilated, I don't think it's going to go well for them.
I mean, they could be killed right now.
True. Just it might be important to know why, and if it's going to become more of a problem for them.
The joys of what is it? Something or other, something or other justice systems.
Well, I suppose
He's
I would
just-
ask. Should I just ask why they did it? I feel like the answer is obvious.
Sorry, just ask what?
Why they did it.
You're the expert on communication. I don't understand what you're saying.
I said I could probably just ask them why they assaulted the village and kidnapped these people. Everybody seems to think taking them back is going to just get them killed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, I'm not questioning your judgment.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, whatever you want to do. I just want to know what we're doing with them, so if I'm carrying them or not.
I mean, beyond this part, not necessarily my job to make those calls. We could make a call back up to the ship to see if anyone has any designs on this. But I think this is mostly a matter of local jurisdiction.
Yes.
Which means that it is not mine and is the docks. as far as our expedition is concerned.
It is not really my place to decide.
So it might be worth calling the captain.
I'm more of the
Well-
opinions that it is a moot point. It is not. We are not under any prime directive to get involved anymore than we already have. We are not in a place to pass judgment on them.
Yeah.
Could just ask them, would their elder want the prisoners to the village to interrogate? If they say yeah, then
Who's
we
in
can
who's in
bring them
charge?
back.
Who's in charge of the attack force?
Looking over their armor, go ahead and give me an insight. One. While whatever banner or design on their armor, which appears to have a much more serpentine insignia. There is one of the dead ones there appears to have a little more flair or decoration.
We'll approach them and try to convey the question of what do they want to do with these prisoners.
Of the ones that are there.
Yeah. I want to ask them what their village is going to do with these people. We don't want to make a decision because it's not our place. So I need to know who is going to make a decision.
All right. So give me one. Give me a communication then.
Success.
All right. So, it takes her a moment. She's just there's a lot going on right now in her mind, but she kind of gets it. She looks to the ones that are bound up. You get the sense that if it were up to her, she would just want to kill them, but she gives you a name, and it's a name that you've heard before. She replies with, see if I can find it. She says, Siriash, which is the name of the older woman you were, or the older alien you were talking to. But she says Siriash and then gives another string of words, which you get the sense that she would probably decide their fate.
We should take her right away then.
So as you all gather up your prisoners and the others gather the wounded and the bodies, pulling them onto the glitter horses, and they begin making their way back, you following. But as everyone starts off, you hear the distant sound towards the village. Just a very distant bellowing of that same horn that was given when you were first spotted.
Well, good thing we left people there who
Well,
also have automatic weapons.
either means they notice us back, or someone who shouldn't be there is coming back.
Also, I'm going to have to ask if we can stop for today. I'm starting to get a really nasty headache.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's fine.
No worries.
Yeah, right.
I'll pull out. I'll pull through. I'm just gonna take some Advil and put in my earplugs.
Okay. Well, it sounds like we should wrap up for the night then.
Yeah, I'm
Okay. Oh, we lost you again. But I will just say let's wrap it up so we don't hold them up any longer. Thank you everybody for stopping by and watching. This is of course been Change Stars Records of Miqto, and we will be back tomorrow for Dueler's game of Brindlewood Bay. So we will see you then. Everybody have a great night.